We're going to assemble the rails next. To do this, don't take them out of the sheet, but what you can do is take the centre line of each rail so that you can glue the spaces in, and that will prevent the centre line getting caught. So keep the rails in the sheet. I've already cut the tags. There's a tag at each end of the centre lines, and there's a few around the curves of the larger loop. So I've cut those and taken them out. See, the rails are still in the sheet. Then pop out the two joiners and the spacers. Very easy to do. And to do the gluing, I've put a little bit of glue onto a sheet of paper, and rather than try to work with a lot of glue coming out of a nozzle, it's easier to do it by dipping them in, dipping the ends of the spacers into the glue. Now, very important point: there's an O marked on the sheet. You want to put the spacers on the other side of the sheet, so put the O downwards, not on the top. Otherwise, you'll end up with two rails which won't actually fit onto your model. I'm handling the spacers with pliers, or you could use tweezers. They're a bit fiddly. You can do it with your hands. It's probably just a little bit easier this way. So just dip each end into the glue, and you pop them into these little spaces where there are cutouts for them to fit onto. Whoops, haven't done that very well. In fact, I'm using my fingers now. Okay, so that's the first one. I think I might resort to fingers. So just dip the two ends and pop them into the spaces on the rails, and you just keep doing that for all of the spacers and leave the sheet to dry. I'll just pause the recording and I'll come back when I've finished them. Okay, so last two joiners, I've got the hang of doing it now. Dip them into the glue, pop them into the gap, and just hold them down so they stay in place while you take the tweezers or pliers off. Last one, just there. Doesn't matter if you use a reasonable amount of glue on these, because you want them to glue fairly well. So there's the sheet. The printed O is on the bottom, and the spacers are all glued to the track there. Okay, leave it to dry, and the next thing will be to join the two halves together.